Hi there, my name's Susan Alexander and I want to talk to you today about buying property at auction. So if you're thinking about going along to the auction house and bidding on property, there's a couple of just tips that I want to give you in terms of how to go about it and just also things to think about and look out for. So first of all, obviously it's really important that you know what you're looking for. So know your criteria, know what it is that you're trying to find. So that when you're looking through the catalogue, it's not just a catalogue of properties. You've got some specific things that you're looking for within that catalogue, whether that's a big renovation, a small renovation, a return on investment, something that's ready to let. Know what you're looking for so that you understand the ones that you can quickly disregard. The other thing that you want to get to know really is understanding the process. So if you've never been to an auction before, I'd really encourage you to go along to a couple, really just to understand the process, kind of have a look at it. Maybe don't even think about buying a property at the first couple that you go to. Perhaps just check out a couple of properties, go along and view them, have a little look at the information that's available, and go along to the auction without registering, just to see what the process is about. But when you really start looking for properties, it's important that you identify the properties that you're interested in. And don't forget that some of the properties that you might look at will potentially go quite quickly. So if you want to be considered for a number of properties, make sure you do your research on them all, okay? So go and view them, have a look at the pack, the information that's available on them. And if you're really serious, perhaps you might want to get a survey done on them, or you might want to get your solicitor to check over some of the details. Because if you're going to go to the auction and potentially buy it, you are committed. So you're committed whenever the hammer falls. So please, please, please make sure that you've done all the research and you've looked at it thoroughly before. But just a couple of tips. There's lots of competition in a lot of the cheaper properties at auction. So I see a lot of people queuing up, going in to see the cheapest properties in the catalogue, and there's sometimes other properties in there that are great opportunities. They don't instantly look like the great opportunities because they've perhaps got a guide price that's maybe the value that it's worth or a bit higher, and therefore they don't look like opportunities, and a lot of people don't go and see them. Well, guess what? There's your opportunity. No one's going to see it, no one's checking it out, or there's very few, and therefore what happens is that they don't often sell at auction. And it's at that point that the sellers then can sometimes become more motivated because no one's expressed an interest. And these are the ones that I'd encourage you to look out for and make sure that you've checked out before the auction. Because guess what? If you've checked them out, you've done your due diligence, done your research, and you think, right, okay, well, it doesn't work at the price they're asking, but if it didn't sell, I would be ready to buy. I'd be ready to put an offer in at the price that's right for me, and I'd be the first one because no one else is looking at it. Okay, so a little tip there, don't just look at the cheapest ones or the ones that are the most obvious as opportunities. Have a little look at the ones that don't immediately look like an opportunity from a price point of view, because if they're in auction, the seller might be quite interested in still selling it quickly and may be interested in doing that with you post-auction if they've had no or very little interest at the auction. So that's really something that's just to get you prepared so that you can really make sure that you maximise your opportunity within the auction. If we can help you any further at the Property Mentor to really get underneath buying property at auction or any other property strategy, please feel free to come and connect with us. Book a free coaching call at thepropertymentor.com and we'll happily help you on your property journey. But I hope that's been some useful tips on buying property at auction. Get out there, learn the process and go for it. Get ready to buy.